Hello. I have a very important message to get out, and that is because I don't want you to waste your time, which you could spend on other things, and that is that self-improvement is useless because your entire life, everything that will happen to you and how you will turn out, is already determined the moment that you were born. There's quite literally nothing that you can ever do, ever, to change the outcomes of your life. Yes, the way that you are and the way that you think is solely determined by how you were born, like your genetics, or the wealth of the family that you were born into, or your ethnicity, or your gender, etc. So take this as comfort or solace in the fact that the way that you are is not your fault. It's not because of your personality being bad, or because you aren't trying hard enough, or because you aren't working hard enough or hustling hard enough. It's completely out of your control. It's simply because of your genetics. And there's nothing you can do to change it. This is why I hate when I see people trying to self-improve, because there isn't really anything you can improve unless you want to be reincarnated into a new life with better circumstances. That's really the only self-improvement you can do. But just don't waste your time on it, you know? Like going to the gym, for example, a complete waste of time. It doesn't improve anything, really, because nobody cares about that. People are able to sense your genetics first and foremost, because that is our evolutionary adaptation. Why would it matter if you go to the gym, or if you start a business, or get a job, or get a better personality? Why would that matter from an evolutionary perspective? It wouldn't. The only thing that matters is the circumstances that you're born into. That will affect everything about your life, everything about who you are, and there's nothing that you can do to actually change it. Well, now you may be wondering, doesn't personality matter as well? You know, being a kind and generous and funny person. And it doesn't either. Because what would be the evolutionary advantage to caring about that at all? I mean, because the whole point of it all, of this whole process of life, is to spread on better genes, i.e. genes that are better adapted to the environment that they're in. And that is why we find certain genetics to be good, because they're more adapted to the environment that they're in. So dysgenic people are ugly because they're not well adapted to the environment that they're in, and that's why they are viewed that way. So really, it's how you act and your personality that will be interpreted by your genetics. That's what the halo effect is. So, if you have good genetics, it doesn't matter really how you act. Your actions will always be viewed as good. But if you have bad genetics and you're dysgenic, then your actions will always be viewed as bad. It doesn't matter how much you work on self-improving. There's nothing really that you can do to self-improve. So the best thing is to just not waste your time and accept reality for what it is. This isn't to make you feel bad or anything. It's simply to help you not waste your time, because no amount of self-improvement that you can do will ever change who you actually are, because the essence of yourself is different from the energy of yourself. Kind of making a parallel to God here. So there's nothing you can actually do to change your essence, no matter how much you change your energy being what you do, and your essence being who you are, because your essences are determined at birth. So really it's just a big waste of time. Your essence are the intrinsic properties of what you actually are, while your energy is just what you do, and there's nothing you can do to change your intrinsic properties. And that is what, of course, people only actually care about. They only care about what you actually are, not what you can do, so they'll interpret your energy based on what your essence is. They'll interpret what you do based on what you are. That's why your personality doesn't matter, because if you have bad genetics, then your personality will always be interpreted as being bad, no matter if it's actually good or bad. So, yeah. So what I would say is to give up hope if you're in that situation, because there's nothing you can do to change your essence, and through accepting who you actually are, you will live a better life than trying to change it, because you will not be living a lie. You'll not be trying to be something you are not and never can be. So yeah, that is my message to you all today.